So DNA, we call it as deoxyribose nucleic acid. Now these are some of the important events which have occurred with respect to the discovery and the development of DNA molecule. You have to remember this because this such type of question will be asked in a match the following type of questions. So Friedrich Miescher in 1868, he discovered DNA from the pus cells and it was referred to as nuclein. Frederick Griffith in 1928, he gave a strong evidence that DNA is a genetic material. Avery, MacLeod and McCarthy, they demonstrated that the transforming principle, through the experiments they demonstrated that the transforming principle is a DNA molecule. Hershey and Chase, Hershey and Chase, DNA and not a protein is a genetic material in bacteriophage. Fisher and Kozel, they found out or they discovered purines and pyrimidines, and Kozel especially, he came with the nitrogenous bases in the form of adenine, guanine, thymine and cytosine. Levin in 1910 came up with the discovery of the presence of pentose sugar in nucleic acids. So these are some of the major events in the discovery and further development through experimentations. So this is one of the important parts in which is asked in the NEET examination, and such questions can be asked for match the following types. Now if we look at the structure of DNA, we are aware that this DNA molecule is a polynucleotide chain and we call it as a double helix structure. DNA molecule is referred as a double helical structure. Why? Because it has two polynucleotide strands. This is the first polynucleotide strand and this is the second polynucleotide strand. And it was discovered, and the model of DNA was given by Watson and Crick. So the structure of DNA as it is given by, we say, Watson and Crick model of DNA. It was discovered by DNA, but it was based on the X-ray crystallographic studies of Franklin and Wilkins. Please remember this. It was based on the crystallographic, X-ray crystallographic studies of Franklin and Wilkins. So if you look at the structure, the components in case of DNA, it is made up of two polynucleotide strands, as we can see here. These are the characteristic feature of DNA molecule. Two polynucleotide strands. They are anti-parallel. If we look at this structure here, this is the first polynucleotide strand and this is the second polynucleotide strand, and they are anti-parallel. If we look at the strands here, one of these strands, it runs from 3' or 3' we call 3' end and it finishes in 5', and the second, it begins with 5' and it ends in 3'. So what is this referred as? We call this as anti-parallel structure of the polynucleotides. That is, they run in a parallel way but in the opposite direction. Therefore, we call it as anti-parallel structure of polynucleotides. If we look at the internucleotide distance, this distance between this is one nucleotide and this is the second nucleotide. This distance between two nucleotides, we call this as internucleotide distance, and this internucleotide distance is of 3.4 angstroms. The DNA molecule, it takes a turn after every 10 nitrogenous bases. Therefore, we say that this DNA molecule, it takes a turn after every 34 angstroms or 10 base pairs. It takes a turn per 10 base pairs. The diameter of DNA, if you look at the diameter of DNA molecule, this diameter is 20 angstroms and it is constant. One more important feature of this DNA molecule is this DNA molecule, the first strand and the second strands, they have a complementary relationship. That means if adenine is present on one strand, the second strand will have thymine. If guanine is present on one strand, the second one will have cytosine. So this relation between the two strands, complementary base pairing, we call it as complementary base pairing or complementary base pairs. And because of this, there is something called as strand dictation. What is this strand dictation? By knowing first strand, if this is the first strand, by knowing the first strand, we can predict the second components or the nitrogenous basis of second polynucleotide strand. So that is referred as, please remember, this is called strand dictation. Also, there are hydrogen bonds between these nitrogenous base pairs. So between A and T, there are 2 hydrogen bonds, and between G and C, there are 3 hydrogen bonds. Next important feature of this DNA molecule is a rule, we call it as Chargaff's rule. Now, according to the Chargaff's rule, the adenine plus guanine is equal to thymine plus cytosine. So these nitrogenous bases, adenine and guanine, purines, is equal to thymine plus cytosine, that is pyrimidines. Number of purines is equal to the number of or the sum of pyrimidines. So that is the meaning of Chargaff's rule. Next most important characteristic feature is the sugar component. Before that, percentage of A is equal to the percentage of T, that is adenine is equal to thymine, and the percentage of G is equal to the percentage of C in a given DNA molecule. Okay. So if we look at the structure of sugar component, pentose sugar, it is on the second carbon, it is deoxyribose, that is absence of oxygen atom. One more important feature, and this is very, very important as far as competitive exams are concerned. Now the basis, you know this is the sugar, this is the nitrogenous base, and this is the phosphate. Now bases attached to sugar, so if this nitrogenous base is attached to the sugar, between this is the first carbon of the sugar, and if it is a purine, it will be the 9th position of purine. Please remember this line you have to remember, because it is as it is asked in the exam. Sugar bound between first carbon of sugar and 9th position in case of purines. And if it is pyrimidines, and if this is a sugar component, now this is attached to the 4th position of pyrimidines. Purines are, you are already aware that these are double ringed structures. These are double ringed structures, and pyrimidine is a single ringed structure. So always remember, sugar is attached to the purines from first carbon sugar to the 9th position of the purines, and first carbon of sugar and 4th carbon of 4th, we can say nitrogen in that case, of the pyrimidine. Also, this DNA molecule has major and minor grooves, and this has been demonstrated. This has been very well researched. Also, double helix structure is referred to as a right-handed structure. As discovered by Watson and Crick, it is referred to as a right-handed structure. There is one exception where there is a virus, we call it as Phi 174 virus. And this Phi 174 virus, it is an exception where it has a single-stranded DNA. This single-stranded DNA was discovered by Robert Sneeze. Okay, so please remember this. Phi 174 virus, it is a single stranded DNA. So this is an information which you should remember about a DNA structural component of DNA molecule. If we look at some of these questions associated with this concept as appeared in NEET, or previously it was asked in AIMS or AFMC exams, or several medical CET exams which were conducted previously. So these are some of the questions which have been asked in the previous exams. If we look at the first question, if a highly purified sample of plant DNA is dissolved in distilled water, the resulting solution will be. So if a DNA molecule is dissolved due to the presence of this phosphate group, now what is uh, the overall pH expected in this solution? And it is found to be an acidic structure. So this is the correct answer to this question. According to Chargaff's rule, which of the following is correct? A plus D, T is equal to G plus C, T plus A is equal to C, A plus T plus G is equal to C, or A plus G divided by T plus C is equal to 1. So we know that the number of purines is equal to number of pyrimidines. That means A plus G divided by T plus C is equal to 1. That is the correct answer. The length of DNA uh, having 23 base pairs is. Now, internucleotide distance, we already know that this internucleotide distance is 3.4 angstroms. So if internucleotide distance is 3.4 angstroms, and if you multiply this by 23 base pairs, you will get an answer, and that is 78.2 angstroms. Single stranded DNA is found in, is it TMV tobacco mosaic virus, is it Phi 174 virus, is it polio virus, or is it rice dwarf virus? And this is an exception where I told you where it is found in Phi 174 virus. A double stranded DNA, one of the strand has this nitrogenous base sequence, that is AGCTAAGCC. What is its complementary strand? What rule will you apply here? For first strand, if this is the first strand and if this is the second strand, if it is a first strand, the complementary will be T, and if it is a second strand, if it is G, complementary will be C. So ATGC will be the rule. So if we look at this strand, what will happen here? If it is A, it will be T. If it is T, if it is G, it will be C here. Then what will happen here? It will be G. Then it will have A. Then it will have T. Then it will have T. Then it will have C. What is the complementary of these two? So I think so. T, C, G, A. This is the correct option. So what is the rule which you should apply here? You have to apply a complementary base pairing rule. The melting of DNA at elevated temperature of 70 degrees is primarily due to. So this melting of DNA means actually it involves, as you are all aware, that A and T, G and C are linked together by hydrogen bonds. So when these hydrogen bonds are broken, we say that the melting of DNA takes place, and that is the reason why it is referred to as hydrogen bonds. In a double stranded DNA, the percentage of cytosine is 18. So what will be the percentage of adenine? So we are all aware that AT is equal to G and C. So cytosine is given. So cytosine is 18%. So similarly, guanine will also be 18%. So 18 to the 36. So out of 100, we have 36. So what will remain? 64 percentage will be A and T. So out of that, what will be adenine? Adenine will be the half of 64%. And what is that? It is 32%. So A is the correct option. Now, if we have, you are studying a viral structure. You are studying a viral structure, and the base composition was found to be A is equal to 22%, then T is equal to 28%, G is equal to 20%, C is equal to 30%. What is the conclusion regarding the genetic material? So if you are studying this as a genetic material, and if we have these base compositions, then what will be, what is the nature of DNA? So if we look at this, always remember the Chargaff's rule. Adenine plus guanine should be equal to thymine plus cytosine. In that case, it will be a double-stranded DNA. So if we add this, so 22, if we add this, plus guanine 20 is equal to 28 plus 30. So what will you get here? 20 plus 22, we get 42. And is that equal to 58? It is not equal to 58. So that means the Chargaff's rule does not apply here or hold good here. So if this component is not equal to this component, then we say that it is not a double-stranded DNA. It is a single-stranded DNA. So the answer will be C in that case. 3.2 kilobase pairs long piece of DNA, 820 adenine bases were found. What would be the number of cytosine bases? So 3.2 kilobase means 3.2 into 1000. So 3.2 into 1000 will be how much? 0, 0, 0 and 32. That means it will be 3200 total number of nitrogenous bases. Now out of these, we know A is equal to T. That means we have 820 adenine and 820 thymine. So how much? 1640 out of this will be A and T. So out of 3200, if 1640 are A and T, so what will remain here? 6 carry 1, 7, 5 carry 1 and 1. So 1560 will be how much? It will be G plus C. So if we divided it by 2, you get 2 7s are 14, 2 8s are 16, 0. So 780 basis will be that of cytosine. So your answer in this case will have to be A. The nucleotides have sugar consisting of. So if it is a nucleotide and if this is a sugar in that nucleotide, so they are asking you what is the number of carbon atoms in this case. So what is the number of carbon atoms in this case? This is the first carbon, this is the second carbon, this is the third carbon, this is the fourth carbon, and if you mark it 4, it will be wrong because the fifth carbon will be here. So therefore we call it as pentose sugar. So this is first sugar, second sugar, third sugar, fourth sugar and fifth sugar. So we have 5 carbons, and therefore the correct answer to this question will be 5 carbons. So these are the questions which can be asked or which have already been asked based on this concept. So such questions have been asked in the previous AIMS examination or AFMC examination or any state CET examination, medical CET examinations or pre-medical examinations. So this is about the concept of DNA structure and the questions associated with it. Please practice it so that you can easily understand the concept and the questions could be solved more easily. Thank you.